Metal Gear Solid 2: Sons of Liberty. Hey, what's going on? Welcome to Day 7 of Metal Gear March. Today we're gonna be starting Metal Gear Solid 2. A game that I have not really liked before in the past, but after replaying it, actually does kind of grow on me. Funny, huh? Look at the new webcam overlay that I made. Something simple, but we'll get into that later. Yeah, let's just get into the intro, and then I'll start talking about some stuff that's been going on, because we can actually talk this time during the game. These saves are when I was doing the footage. Plant cleared, and this was from last year. Cool. We are about to see the coldest opening to any game ever. Please bear with me, because we're about to go to another level. Yeah, okay. I'll see you right now. This story is fictional. Any and all similarities. There's a reason why there's a disclaimer.
The Hudson River, 2 years ago.
Buckle up.
We had classified intelligence that a new type of Metal Gear was scheduled for transport. The whole thing stank, but our noses had been out in the cold too long.
He'll know soon enough.
Sheesh.
This is Snake. Do you read me, Otacon?
Loud and clear, Snake.
Kept you waiting, huh? I'm at the sneak point.
Everything going okay?
The stealth camo's busted. Landing impact.
I must have overused it. Sorry, but you're gonna have to deal with it. You're not in the military anymore.
Right. I didn't plan on relying on this gadget anyway.
The private sector's not so bad, is it? Privacy guaranteed.
I'm happy as long as no one gives me any more unwanted gifts.
You mean that thing with Naomi?
And I can't say I miss the chattering nanny.
Mei Ling's not so bad. That reminds me, I have to get in touch with her again about that new Natick flashware.
Diverting toys from the SSCEN again? Give her a message from me. Someone will find out, sooner or later. She's better off assuming it sooner and quit while she's safe.
Too true. Okay, Snake, let's get to work. You know how the technical specs of Metal Gear were sold on the black market after Shadow Moses?
All Ocelot's doing.
Exactly. And now every state, group, and .com has its own version of Metal Gear.
Not exactly a classified weapon for today's nuclear powers.
This new one seems to have been designed to wipe the floor with all the other models. The only consistent description is that it's an amphibious, anti-Metal Gear vehicle.
That explains why this one is under Marine Corps jurisdiction.
The mission objective is to make visual confirmation of the new Metal Gear being transported by that tanker and bring back photographic evidence. But I want you first to go up to the top level of the infrastructure, to the bridge. We need to find out where the tanker is headed.
A little reconnaissance, huh?
There's too much we don't know about this new prototype. Capabilities, deployment method, we don't even know how close it is to completion. If we know where the testing arena is, I can start to draw some reasonable conclusions.
All right, I'll head to the bridge ASAP.
Try to avoid confrontations. Our goal is to collect evidence on Metal Gear development and expose it to the world. It would be best if you could get out of there without alerting anyone.
Don't worry, I know the drill. We're not terrorists.
Very good. Don't you forget that you're part of Philanthropy now, an anti-Metal Gear organization and officially recognized by the UN.
Recognized, but still fringe, Otacon.
All right, let's look at your gear. Your weapon is a tranquilizer gun converted from a Beretta M92F.
M9.
It's a little hard to work with because you
I
have
wonder
to
if that's a real
reload
thing.
after each shot since the slide locks.
Better than scavenging at the mission site. Good suppressor, too.
The chemical stun will take effect in a few seconds and last for hours. You can take down an elephant with that thing. Check out the laser sighting, too. The effects of the anesthetic round will vary depending on what part of the body is hit. We're talking about a difference of tens of seconds between hitting limbs, chest, or head. As for the equipment... Hey, Snake! Cigarettes? What's wrong with you?
It's kind of a lucky charm.
You haven't read the Surgeon General's warning, have you? Here's the digital camera. Works almost the same way as your old one.
They don't look armed.
Hey, Earth to Snake. These are nice, upstanding Marines, not terrorists. Don't get caught. You're in stealth mode here.
Sure, and if it comes to that, a little beauty sleep never hurt anyone. By the way, Otacon, are you sure of this intelligence?
Absolutely. Hacked it out of the Pentagon's classified files myself.
No traces?
Oh, please, I'm too good for that.
But this might be a trap. Remember, there's a price on our heads.
You're just being paranoid.
I hope so. Those men, you wouldn't think they were anything but civilians from here.
With all the ships passing on the river and in the harbor, putting uniformed Marines on the deck would be a bad idea. People can get a clear view of the water from Riverside, too.
The water line is too high. According to the navigational plans, this ship should have discharged its cargo upriver.
It's in there, no doubt about it.
The military trains you to watch for threats from the stern on a boat. That's SOP for counter-terror ops, too. Security should be tighter.
You worry too much.
Where's the target?
Satellite surveillance is a major international pastime these days. I'd say the cargo holds, safely below the deck. Do you see the entrance to the holds?
Looks like there are a few entryways into the crew quarters. The chopper. What? Looks like we're not the only ones after Metal Gear tonight.
Is that a chopper I just heard?
Affirmative. Probably another cavalry. What's their game? Hijack?
They're probably targeting the ship's controls.
Otacon. How many men do you need to take over a tanker of this size?
The ship is run by a computer, so I'd say about 18 people.
AKS-74U. Russians?
You sure?
No Marine barber touched that head of hair. I'm transmitting a photo. Let's get an ID on him ASAP.
I'm on it.
That's like a perfect photo.
Looks like the tanker's theirs now. KA-60 Kasatka.
Kasatka? Kamov chopper, right? Killer whale.
We need to get a fix on who they are.
Judging by their transport, aren't they some kind of military commandos?
Not necessarily. It could be the KA-62, the civil model.
Look, Snake, all we need is the photographic evidence of Metal Gear. As long as we have those, we can put it online and blow the whole thing wide open. So no pyrotechnics, okay?
All right. I'll do my best.
This isn't like Shadow Moses. Reach me if anything happens. The frequency's 141.12.
How can I check in and save my progress?
I'll do it. There's a frequency set aside for it. 140.96. Sorry, but no Mei Ling this time. Call me on the codec when you want to save.
Got it.
I'll be waiting just past the Verrazano Bridge. You need to be off that ship by then.
I'll be in touch.
All right. And here we are. Now we can actually start. So hey, welcome. This game is a bit different from the others, but you gotta admit, in that regard, one of the best openings ever. I'm trying to think, like, what other game has such a cool opening like that? And I have no idea. I mean, sure, some games have good openings, but amazing, phenomenal openings? I don't know. Anyways, let's get straight into something that I want to talk about. We're gonna be killing everybody. Sorry, but this isn't Shadow Moses. The new webcam overlay. How is it? I think it's simple, you know. It's not too complex. I didn't want to make something too flashy. And also, I didn't really know how to make something too flashy. So, you know, I guess this works, right? I might need to move my webcam over. Because I'm kind of blocking the Soliton radar. Can I open this locker, please? Oh, great. Anyways, yeah, I took a quick 15-minute course on After Effects. And, they don't tell you everything, let me tell you. I'll tell you, they don't tell you everything. I felt like even just putting this whole small thing together took me like a couple hours. So, I'm kind of glad it's simple and clean. Simple and... let me see about my webcam. I think that's good. Oh yeah, by the way, Otacon said the tranquilizer rounds affect people differently depending on where you shoot them from. So, yeah, you already know where we're gonna be aiming. Don't mind me, gentlemen. But actually do mind me, because if I catch you from behind, you're gonna get the smackdown. Oh yeah, we can actually aim in first person now.
Freeze.
So that's cool. The bad thing about this is I don't actually have the bandana for this part. Or the stealth camo. I just hate having to deal with the dog tags. I think that's just a terrible thing. Instead of just giving it to you after finishing the game, or no alerts or something, you have to collect some stuff. I hate collecting stuff. Unless it's like fun, and I think the dog tags are just not fun at all. But that's my opinion. So I have yet to do that. But I mean, it's a good idea, right? I might have to just I have to set aside some time someday and just go around collecting dog tags. You need like this whole guide and everything. I think it's just way too complicated.
Snake, did you find out where that ship is headed?
I'm looking at it. 35 degrees longitude, latitude around 58.
More than 500 miles off the coast of the Bermudas, out in the middle of the Atlantic. So the prototype is ready for solo testing. It's basically combat worthy. That area is outside the Second Fleet's operational range, too. It must be a standalone Marine Corps project, which means this prototype Metal Gear must be designed for independent deployment, without any naval assistance. Anyway, analysis can wait till later. Snake, you need to go down to the holds and locate the actual metal...
Shalashashka has landed. I'm on my way to the tanker holds. Report your status.
Control room, communications and engine room are under control. All entry and exit points to the tanker hold secured. Infrared sensors placed and operational.
Good work. Are the explosives in place?
Yes, they are all planted.
Listen, once we have what we came for, the tanker will be scuttled.
And the vehicle's pilot.
He's the only one who underwent the VR training. No one else can do it.
Are you sure you can trust him?
Your part in the mission is complete. You are to leave at once.
No, it's not over yet.
I can see the moon, even in this storm, pale as death. I have a bad feeling about this mission. You swore this to me, that you would leave the unit once the mission was complete. Do not worry, this is a country of liberty.
No, this is where I belong, with the unit. I have nowhere else to go. Father, I want to stay and fight.
There is no choice to make here, Olga. Need I remind you that you are carrying my grandchild? You will be on the helicopter out of here now.
Damn it.
Freeze! Hands over your head, now! Toss your gun overboard, slowly. A woman. Show your face.
You men, you're all the same.
Who are you?
We are nomads, wanderers.
I said don't move.
Americans, so you shoot women too.
I'm a nomad too. What else do you have there? Take the knife and toss it. Not there. Toss it overboard. Hold that position. Now, turn around.
You know what you're doing. It stopped raining. Not too shabby, is it? New York, I mean. And that brings our tour to its conclusion.
Scout knife with a surprise. You a Spetsnaz?
I think you deserve a little credit. No one's ever dodged that shot of mine. But no one gets lucky twice, either.
Am I crazy, or is she like one of the most beautiful women you've ever seen?
I've been with the unit since I was born. I grew up on the battlefield. Love and victory were my parents.
I don't know what it is about women with short hair.
All the bad and all the good.
just make me feel something different inside.
Nothing else matters.
Short-haired tomboy GF.
Whoever you are, you're not stopping us.
Does she not see me? Maybe that's why. Hey, I'm over here. Oops. I'm totally the type of dude to completely miss the shot, even though I have a clear line of sight. I didn't actually hit her, did I? I swear, like, these professional speedrunners and stuff just make this fight seem so easy. There we go. That took longer than I thought. Oops.
Cypher. Otacon, the ship appears to be under their control. The men have Russian gear, but I haven't been able to find out anything else about their origin.
I know who they are.
You do?
We've ID'd the old man,
Who is he?
Sergei Gerlukovich.
Gerlukovich, one of Ocelot's allies.
Yeah, the GRU colonel. He's the one Ocelot was supposed to meet up with after Shadow Moses.
They're after Metal Gear.
Everything's changed. This is not going to be as simple as we thought.
You could say that. I saw a surveillance remote just now. It looked like the Cypher.
A Marine Cypher T?
No, Army.
First the Marines, then the Russians, now the Army?
You're right. This isn't gonna be simple.
Snake, there's something I have to tell you.
What?
We didn't dig up this info about the new Metal Gear on our own. Not like usual.
How did you find out then?
It was a tip. An anonymous tip.
Anonymous? You've never trusted those. Why would you start now?
I have a younger sister, a stepsister. We have different parents. I only knew her for 2 years.
You've never mentioned her before. So?
The sender of the tip was EE.
EE?
Her name is Emma, but I always call her EE.
Emma? Emma?
Yeah, it just caught my eye, you know? I figured it was a coincidence, but I couldn't get it out of my mind. There's really no one out there who knows about her.
When was the last time you saw her?
Over 10 years ago.
You think it's a trap to lure us out here?
I don't know. After I got the tip, I did break into the Pentagon system to get confirmation.
Okay.
Watch your back, Snake. Maybe I screwed up.
I've got a light-equipped USP. I can take them on now. There's no ammo, but it takes a 9mm, just like the Marines M9. I'll find those somewhere around here.
Don't raise too much racket with that thing.
I hear you.
Wasn't the... Alright, we're gonna get into some real-world talk here in a second. Wasn't the M9 like the second service pistol? That's not what I... Is it not triangle? Okay, there we go. It was the second, like, mass-adopted pistol, wasn't it? For the US military? Because the first one was the 1911, wasn't it? And then they switched it to the M9? I remember people saying the M9 is just a terrible pistol overall. Like, it's not as reliable as a 1911. And, yeah, I remember hearing that a lot of the soldiers really disliked it. A lot of the, special ops guys decided to keep their 1911. And I also heard that the new pistol that was just adopted is like even worse than the M9. Am I getting my timeline correct? I'm pretty sure the new pistol was like just replaced, wasn't it? Yeah. Like the M9 was just replaced. There was not another pistol. Yeah, I don't know. I just know that back when this game was released, the M9 was pretty... I want to say pretty new. Around 2001. So of course Snake has to have an M9. And not just an M9, mind you, a tranquilizer M9. Yeah, but talking about this game's release. I know a lot of people dislike this game, like, a lot. And, you know, I guess it's not unwarranted, given what we're about to find out, right? But you know, I didn't play this game until after I got into Metal Gear, and even still, I didn't really understand what this game was trying to say. But I do really feel like everybody needs to play this game specifically. Maybe not even for the gameplay, but like for the themes that it's trying to convey. You know what I mean? It's like watching a movie, right? If somebody recommends a movie to you, oh, we went the wrong way.
There's somebody there.
Was it this one? Yeah, it was. Okay. Yeah, this game is essentially a movie. Thinking back on it. Not like, in a sense, like MGS4 is a movie. But like, in a way that this game is trying to tell you something. In that way. Don't tase me, bro. Why did I get an achievement? Tranquilize 100 enemies? That's funny. I did kill a lot of people my last playthrough. Maybe that's why. That's kind of funny. But... what was I talking? Oh, yeah.
Raven.
It's Raven. I really do feel like, if this was a movie, I feel like it would have been one of the best movies ever, because it really just gets you out of left field. It gets at you. And I guess in also that sense, oh man, a lot of stuff doesn't make sense. Just like in regular movies. But what I'm really trying to say is that I think everybody should just know the story of this game. Because it really does, connect back to modern day reality. More than reality when this game was released. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, you'll see. We'll all see. Oh, don't turn around, don't turn around. Don't turn around. Ugh. Oops. No. Nobody here but us. Boxes. Oh yeah, sure. Nothing happened. No! Wow. That was so close.
Repair of the entranceway to the engine room on the port side is complete. We'll return to position following patrol at the small room on the port side.
Fourth wall break? I think so. I'm glad they didn't discover those dead bodies.
Snake, wait! Don't move.
What?
Look at the walls on both sides of the hall.
I see something. Infrared sensors?
Right, and they're linked to...
Let me guess. Semtex.
Exactly. Plastic explosives.
So this is what they were talking about.
Looks like it. If you trip the sensors...
I'll be sleeping with the fishes, along with this entire ship.
That sounds about right.
I'm not in the mood to go sleep with the fishes, but there are too many sensors. Looks like I'll have to find another way.
No need to worry. There's a way through. Take a close look. Do you see the thing with blinking green lights right next to the explosives? That's the control unit for the sensors. Destroy that, and the sensors stop functioning. You can't get in close enough to touch it, so you'll have to shoot it out. But the M9's knockout rounds won't work. The USP you picked up should do the trick. Use that gun.
You gotta be joking.
Send the replacement guard for the area.
Huh? Huh? What?
Verrazano Bridge checkpoint passed. All non-essential personnel report to the holds in 10 minutes' time for the scheduled briefing session with the Commandant. You are ordered to continue manning your posts until that time.
We were supposed to meet Otacon at the Verrazano Bridge, weren't we? I think we're in for it now.
Somebody there?
No one but us pipes.
Who's there? Don't sneak up on me like that.
Don't breathe. They'll hear it.
Nah, it was just my imagination playing tricks on me.
Must have been a ghost then. I can't kill this guy, he's jamming out. I just feel too terrible about that. But I can kill this guy. Sleeping on the job, really? That's inexcusable. Speaking of inexcusable, we have to get out of here. There goes my no alert run.
seal the stern hatch.
All right.
The lift is also under our control.
We're on the foredeck, about to descend to the holds.
Sir, the Marine Commander has started his speech already.
We will complete the preparations before the end of the speech.
All communications to the holds have been severed. No one is aware of our presence.
Let no one down into the holds until we are out.
Yes, sir. We will secure your exit with our lives if necessary.
There is one more thing.
Yes, sir.
My daughter, keep her safe.
Yes, sir. Who goes there?
I never noticed that. Their models don't blink. Oh. You see, the one thing I hate about pistol iron sights is that they are obviously not meant to be used. You know what I mean? It's like whoever designs these guns clearly designs them to be used like not at all. It's like, yeah, I guess they're there, right? But honestly, it's like there's nothing. Yeah! That's the first time I've gotten through that part without taking that much damage. Of course it had to be on a no. I mean, of course on a kill everything run.
Who goes there? Oh, Shalashaska. Why are you here? We thought you were with the Colonel. What the?
The Colonel will be joining you soon, comrade.
Snake, are you in yet? Have you made it to the holds?
It's taking longer than I expected. We've already passed the Verrazano Bridge.
All right, we'll use another recovery point.
They may be planning to change course.
What?
The exits to the deck are all sealed.
What are they planning?
If they get Metal Gear, we're going right off the fringe.
You're all familiar with the Shadow Moses
The men down here are definitely Marines.
The current state of nuclear...
If the deck is sealed off, they have no way of knowing that the ship's been taken over.
Remember,
I'm not interested in fighting these guys. The weapons won't do me much good here.
Can you see Metal Gear?
No. I'll have to go around to the bow. They have some serious defenses here. I doubt the recent arrivals want to blast their way through the Marines either.
Wonder where they're headed.
I don't know. Not the beach, that's for sure.
Okay, Snake. Let's go over this one more time. Use this camera to get photographic evidence of the Metal Gear prototype. Now do your thing and take pictures that speak louder than the government's plausible denials. We need 4 shots. Metal Gear from the front right, and front left, and a close-up of the Marine Corps marking.
Marking?
There should be a Marine's insignia on the body of Metal Gear. Just let someone try explaining away a clear shot of that.
All right.
There's actually one little thing.
Just spit it out. I'm used to things going wrong.
It looks like someone's monitoring our transmission.
Who?
I don't have a clue. All they're doing is watching. It would creep me out less if they tried to interfere with our communications.
Could it have something to do with that cipher we saw?
Maybe. I've switched the encryption protocol for our burst transmission for now. What I want to do is use a different method for sending these photos, just in case.
Instead of using the codec?
Exactly. There's a workstation in the southeast corner of the block where Metal Gear is housed. I've made arrangements so that you can send the pictures from the machine.
Arrangements?
I hitched a ride on Link 16 into U.S. military's proprietary network. Managed to get into that workstation and overwrote a part of the system software so I could remote install a little app I wrote.
Why bother with anything that complicated?
No, it's pretty simple, really. Look, all you have to do is stand in front of the machine and push the action button. The app will automatically launch and download the image data from the camera, split the files, and encrypt them individually. The data packets can then masquerade as...
Okay. So all I have to do is push the action button in front of the computer once I have the pictures, right?
Well, sure, if you put it that way. And one more thing. The Commandant's already begun his speech, but you need to get the pictures before he's done talking. Otherwise, they'll spot you, okay?
How much time do I have?
I hacked into his personal files and took a look at the text of that speech. I'd say you have 7 more minutes. Longer if he throws in a joke or two.
A 7-minute time limit, huh?
Remember, Snake, just the photos, okay?
With these kinds of odds, I won't be making any sudden moves. But that doesn't mean we could just let Metal Gear be hijacked.
Okay, but first the photos.
No way. We'll deal with the rest when we get there.
Stay low.
We initiated development of Metal Gear Ray as a countermeasure
All right.
to pirated weapons forces. The only thing that can stand up to a Metal Gear is, of course, another Metal Gear.
Another Metal Gear, of course. How convenient that the Marines just decided to put their logo on the new prototype Metal Gear that nobody should know about.
Blind rush to nuclear proliferation will be contained.
I feel that that's just a little like true to real life. I feel like that's exactly something that would happen. TBH. Oops.
Snake, respond! Snake! Snake!
Oops. But is that really game over? It's never really game over. Right? Because, like, of course right now, since... oh man, we're gonna go straight into the deep end with this. If this is really a simulation, right? This whole part is a simulation that Raiden is playing as. That would be game over, right? Because, oh yeah, you've been spotted. Too bad. But if this was real life, it would totally mean that Snake would be able to get out of this. Because Ocelot's gonna do the whole thing, right? And he would eventually get out that way.
The opposition from the Navy is an undeniable fact. There is a lot of pressure from Navy brass,
right?
Especially those with submarine.
I'm just saying. Ooh boy.
Not to mention interference from a major player. But this project is vital to the Marine Corps. The enemy is sometimes closer to home than you think, gentlemen. Always bear that in mind.
I'm right here.
You're all familiar with the Shadow Moses incident during the Sears administration. The current state of nuclear proliferation is a direct result of that event.
Metal Gear.
This weapon will render all other Metal Gears obsolete.
Oh,
Nations
hey!
Up their own Metal Gear force will think twice about their nuclear
That's a new one. Yeah, I'd like to save that. Yeah. I've never done that fast enough.
Light of the military dominance
Funny enough.
spelled out by Ray.
What did Metal Gear mean by this? Can any Marine confirm that this is how they this is how they hold their speeches? That's kind of funny. I don't remember that. I don't think that was a good angle.
Theirs is a program that will add fuel to the uncontrolled.
No thanks.
Fire of nuclear proliferation. It is a fact. That players in favor.
Oh, I'm using the digital camera. Oops.
Are attempting to
That's why.
derail our own Ray project.
Yeah, I'm like, that's weird. I don't remember doing that.
They will not succeed. You must be tense. Let's do a little
Oh no.
stretching, shall we?
I took way too long.
Right.
I just bumped into that guy. Oops.
Getting back to the topic at hand.
Don't mind me.
I have a daughter, and it is my greatest wish never to have her or her children experience.
Oh yeah, I gotta take a picture of these guys, don't I? For the
nuclear war.
Yeah.
As a father, I want to leave a better world for the future generation. As a soldier,
That one's going in my cringe compilation.
I know that is my duty. Metal Gear Ray is amphibious. Unlike the Army's Rex, it can cruise deep underwater, move in undetected, and make its landing on any shoreline.
I'll just make a backup of this one. Police nuts? Huh. So Otacon had the time to write this app and also come up with a...
So, any
Okay.
codec moments from you, Snake? The first image is... Okay, this works. It's a great front view. What's next? Okay, that's good. The shot from the right is in the bag. Next up is... Sorry, but this doesn't work. I hate to ask, but can you try again? And the next one is... This is great! The Marines lettering shows up really well. Okay, what am I seeing now? Huh. It needs to be a little more clear. What we need is top-notch quality here. Okay, last one's coming up. Didn't think Gerlukovich was involved, of all people.
God damn it.
Its onboard joint tactical information distribution.
So I need front left again. And I need...
accuracy and takes them out of...
How's that? Is that clear enough?
It is the ultimate weapon. And it is yours to go.
Oh! I forgot about that guy. Oh no.
Snake!
I'll take the L on that
Snake!
one.
Snake!
That was all my fault.
This weapon will render...
Do I have to take all these pictures again? I have no idea. Oh no, I don't. Okay.
Spelled out by Ray.
How's this one?
The shift in the balance of power will mean a new world order, and we, the Marine Corps, will play a central role in its military affairs.
Why? That's the thing I don't understand about this, right?
The only military project devoted to Metal Gear development.
Because like the Marines made Ray so that they could help. I don't really understand that about the U.S. military. They have like 4 branches, right? But like each one of them is constantly trying to one-up each other. I don't get it.
Looks like I have your photos now. Let's take a look. The first one I'm seeing is... You're a pretty good photographer. We can definitely use this left shot. Okay, now we have all the photos. Snake, the speech is about to wind up. Forget the photos and get out of there now.
Oh man.
We, the Marines, will lead the charge into a new world order with Metal Gear Ray. That is all. Dismissed.
Excellent speech, my friend.
Who the?
Gift of the silver tongue. They say it's the mark of a good officer. And of a liar. Americans are too in love with the sound of their own voice to speak the truth.
Identify yourself.
Kojima? Predicted?
I am Shalashaska, also called Revolver Ocelot.
What do you want?
This machine will be quite useful.
What are you planning to do? Steal this thing?
Steal? No, I'm taking it back. Gerlukovich. Nobody move. Understood? This ship now carries enough Simtex on its key structural points to blow it out of the water at the touch of this button. That's right. No one has to die needlessly. We're almost at the target. Get a move on.
What do you intend to do with Ray? Sell it on the streets?
I was raised in Snezinsk, formerly known as Chelyabinsk 70, the nuclear research outpost.
What are you talking about?
After the Cold War ended, my home was bought out by the Americans.
Is there a point to this sad story?
Now you would understand. Land, friends, dignity, all sold to the highest bidder, the United States of America. Even the technology that gave birth to these weapons is Russian, developed by us.
What do you intend to do?
Russia will rise again. And Ray is the key.
Kojima
I
predicted?
regret to inform you that I have no intention of selling Metal Gear. As I said, I came to take it back. Yes, returned to the Patriots.
The Lale Lule Lo? How's that possible?
Ocelot, have you sold us out?
I was never in your employ, Gerlukovich.
Are you still in league with Solidus?
No hard feelings, Colonel. Mother Russia can rot for all I care.
Since when, Ocelot? When did you turn?
I'm glad you noticed, comrade. I abandoned her during the Cold War.
Ah!
Metal Gear only has room for one! Gerlukovich, you and your daughter will die here.
Damn you!
Sergei, looks like you were long overdue for retirement.
Traitorous dog!
Show's over. If you wish to live, I suggest you run now. This ship is still in the lower New York harbor. You may yet make it to shore if you swim for your life.
It's been a while, brother.
Who are you?
You know who I am.
Liquid?
Not so young anymore, eh, Snake? You're drowning in time. I know what it's like, brother. No wonder Naomi passed you over for the Fox Die program.
Ouch!
Get out of my mind, Liquid!
Just a little note here. Isn't Snake like 40 in this?
The price of physical prodigy. Few more years and you'll be another dead clone of the old man. Our raw materials are vintage, brother. Big Boss was in his late 50s when they created his copies. But I live on through this arm!
Liquid's on.
Snake! No!
proceeding as planned, sir. Yes, at the location we discussed. Yes, I have photographic evidence of Snake on the scene. The cipher was most useful. I look forward to tomorrow morning's news flash. I would say the Marine Corps' plans are on indefinite hold. Yes, of course, Mr. President.
All right, that's the tanker. I always wondered though, how would a Metal Gear Solid 2 have been like if this wasn't the end of playable Snake? I always wonder, in some alternate dimension, right? How does it look like? How does an MGS2 with Snake play? Scientists had to make thousands of calculations to create the atomic bomb and determine its effects. Computers and atomic bombs, both products of World War II, grew up together. Information age, people, technology. And I still couldn't say that.
Snake, do you remember the sinking of that tanker 2 years ago?
I do.
Of course. Terrorists blow a hole in an oil tanker full of crude barely 20 miles off the shore of Manhattan. Your classic nightmare. It didn't take long for the government to put an oil fence around the whole mess. And then that massive offshore cleanup facility went up inside.
The big shell. I hear the cleanup isn't quite over yet.
It takes time. But in the meantime, the shell's become a landmark, a symbol of environmental protection.
Kojima predicted?
Teams Alpha and Bravo. Deploy at the big shell as scheduled.
Approximately 6 hours ago, the big shell was seized by an armed group.
Do we have an ID?
Former members of the Navy SEAL Special Anti-Terrorist Training Squad Dead Cell. Russian private army members may also be involved. It's a highly trained group and they have the big shell under complete control.
Come in from downwind and pull up fast. Get ready to fast rope down to Shell 1. 5 minutes to ETA. Also, your top priority is to rescue and safeguard the President. Team Bravo, watch out for Stillman's back and get those C4s disarmed.
What are their demands?
$30 billion.
$30 billion? What makes them think they can get that much?
There was a government-sponsored tour going on at the big shell that day.
Hostages, huh?
A VIP from one of the major conservation groups, and one from our own government. The most important person in a sense.
The most important person?
James Johnson.
The President?
Unless the demands are met, the terrorists intend to blow the big shell out of the water.
And the crude will ignite, turning the Manhattan Harbor into an inferno.
That's not the worst-case scenario. If the chlorides being used to decontaminate the seawater go up with the oil, toxins containing catastrophic levels of dioxins will be released. In other words, the bay's ecosystem will be wiped out, and the sea will turn into a toxic soup for centuries, becoming the worst environmental disaster in history. You have 2 mission objectives. 1, infiltrate the offshore decontamination facility Big Shell and safeguard the President and other hostages. And 2, disarm the terrorists by any means necessary.
Should have gotten my jacket out for this one.
You should know that SEAL Team 10 is also conducting a rescue operation.
Is this a joint effort?
No. Foxhound remains a covert body. Don't alert them to your presence. That is an order.
This is Snake. I'm now inside Strut A of Shell 1.
How are things?
We're in luck. Looks like there are no sentries posted here.
What's the visibility?
The lights on the plant struts are functioning. I won't have to use the IR goggles.
Any problems?
There was a brand new hole cut through the oil fence. There's someone else besides me that wanted to get in badly.
That's not possible.
What about SEAL Team 10?
They landed on the roof of the big shell as planned. And by the way, Snake, we're changing your code name for all following communication.
What's wrong with Snake?
Just a precaution. You are now designated Raiden. All right, Raiden. You've already covered infiltration and VR training.
I've completed 300 missions in VR. I feel like some kind of legendary mercenary.
Okay, we'll skip that part.
Make sure nobody sees you. If you need to, contact me by codec. The frequency is 140.85. When you want to use the codec, push the back button. When we need to reach you, contact you, the codec will beep. When you hear that noise, press the back button. The codec's receiver directly stimulates the small bones of your ear. No one but you will be able to hear it.
All right. I'll contact you if anything changes.
First, make your way to the upper section of the big shell.
How do I get up to the next level?
There's an elevator at the far end of that area. Use that.
Sounds good.
Your new sneaking suit uses electrofiber technology, a byproduct of fiber optics research. The texture isn't far removed from rubber, but the material protects against a wide range of toxic substances. The suit itself has a wide array of built-in sensors. It is referred to as smart skin in military R&D. Data about damage to different regions of the body, including blood loss, is exchanged between the suit and the intravenous nanomachines to create a feedback system.
There's a lot of pressure on my torso.
Relax. The suit applies varying pressure to major internal organs to maximize performance and safeguard their functions. They call this the skull suit in Foxhound.
Skull suit seems appropriate somehow.
The hatch with a circular handle will open into the elevator area. Locate the hatch first.
Copy that. Moving on to main mission objectives.
All right, Raiden. Raiden, these nuts. Haha. Well, here we are as Raiden now. Which is what I mean by, how would an alternate dimension MGS2 play like if we continued playing as Snake through this part, right? Maybe it's not even through this part specifically. Maybe it's a completely different game, right? Isn't that just insane to think about? I think it is. Like, can you imagine a game where Raiden doesn't exist? And thus, like, Snake is the main character? Isn't that kind of crazy? Metal Gear Rising would never be made. And arguably one of the biggest influences on meme culture in general would just be lost. How would memes evolve? The memes. Without MGS2 and Raiden. You know what I mean? It just seems like there's so much that this game has done for culture in general. Yeah, I really just said that.
sighted an enemy sentry. AN-94 and a Makarov. Those grenades, all his equipment, is Russian-made.
Must be a Gerlukovich man.
Gerlukovich?
A Russian private army that was in line to work with the Shadow Moses takeover group 4 years ago.
What's their stake in this one?
They must have made a deal, an arrangement with the terrorists. They become a band of mercenaries, an army without a country.
I don't know. I'm just saying, right?
Colonel, there's definitely another intruder in here besides me.
That's not a possibility.
Not a team. Looks like a solo job.
One man?
We may not know who he is, but he managed to take care of every sentry in the area. They're all out cold. Whoever he is, he's got some skills.
We need to get an ID. But for now, you can take advantage of the situation and get to work. There's a terminal in front of the elevator. A node.
Did you say nerd?
Not nerd. Node.
Oh.
Use the node to gain access to the Big Shell's facilities network.
Then what?
Pull up the map of the structure. That'll let you activate the Soliton radar.
The Soliton radar? True. That radar came in useful during VR training.
A radar system uses biological magnetic fields as input. These estimated enemy positions are projected onto a map according to reference points collected via GPS signals and field personnel reports. We need to get to the map through the Big Shell's node to put this data processing to practical use. The node unit is about 3 feet high. Should be colored blue. Each area has at least one.
How do I gain access?
Just push the action button in front of the node. The nanomachines in your body will take care of the security clearance and allow you access to the node. Complete the procedure before those sentries gain consciousness. If they spot you, you won't be able to gain access for a while. Stay on guard.
You got no sense.
All right, man. I just got out of a call.
Raiden, you won't be able to use any of the enemy's equipment.
Why not?
You should know that all active weapons are equipped with a personal identification system. The owner enters their required user ID information during the weapon registration or at the start of a mission. If anyone other than the registered user tries to fire the weapon, the ID system will not authorize the action.
But these are black market Russian weapons. How can they be equipped with identification functionality?
They must have been customized by the terrorists themselves. These are professionals we're dealing with, and they certainly won't let their own equipment be used against them.
I'm guessing it's the same for the Navy SEALs gear?
Right.
How am I supposed to procure weapons then?
Find the ones that haven't yet been individualized. Everything you find in the item box is clean. You should know this from your VR training.
Okay, I know those.
Items in the item box are yours to use at will. They will be your supply source with regards to weaponry and gear.
Okay. All right, codename Solo. Birthday 3/27. Nationality USA. Seems about right. That is my actual birthday, by the way. And the final day of Metal Gear March. Captions, yeah. Cool. We're good to go.
Good work, Raiden.
The radar should be functioning now?
Remember your VR training sessions. The tool is exactly the same one. It maps the terrain as well as the position of enemy personnel. The bright dot in the middle is you, Raiden. The red dots are your enemies, and the blue cone shape represents their field of vision. Your radar isn't affected by the weather, but if you're discovered by an enemy, you won't be able to use it. It gets jammed easily, I'm afraid. It's all made from currently existing technology. You won't be able to use it in an area with strong harmonic resonance, so be careful. The Big Shell's layout map should now be available after touching the Start button.
How do I save the mission data?
I've set aside a proprietary frequency for saves, and an analyst to work on the data too.
Jack, is everything all right?
What are you doing here?
Jack, can you hear me?
Rose, you're not supposed to be involved. What's going on?
Jack, I'm a part of this mission.
Colonel, what the hell is going on?
Raiden, meet the mission analyst. She'll be overseeing the data saving and support.
Why her?
The Foxhound analyst that was supposed to take part in this mission was in an accident. Rosemary was brought in as a replacement.
An accident?
And according to the files, she knows you better than anybody else.
Rose may be in the service, but an intelligence analyst is no field officer.
Not to worry. She has our technical staff at her disposal.
She's never been a part of a field mission. This is insane.
I have my own reasons for selecting her for this mission, soldier.
Colonel, I fail to see...
I know your VR training performance in and out, but sometimes that's not enough. You're familiar with the Shadow Moses incident?
You know I covered it in VR.
If there's a crucial tactical detail that case taught us, it was the power of the operative's will to survive.
I was trained to fight. My personal feelings have no place in a mission.
We've learned that it doesn't work that way. And on the field, you need all the help you can get.
Jack, you're stuck with me whether you like it or not.
Rose.
You need someone to watch your back. But I have conditions that need to be met, Colonel.
What is it?
I'll perform my duties and save that mission data, but I'm aware that technically I'm not part of the mission control team. After all, I'm just a normal girl who's worried about Jack. But that means, Colonel, that I am not required to follow your orders outside of my immediate duties. Jack is not simply a field personnel for me to track. His safety comes first to me, not the mission. And because of that, I will be monitoring and keeping a record of every communication you have with him, Colonel.
Given the circumstances, you're free to do what you see fit.
Hey, I prefer this to being kept in the dark waiting.
I'd like to make a request, if I may.
Of course.
His handle is Raiden. For the duration of the mission, could you call him that?
Yes, sir. All right, Raiden. Let me know when you're ready to turn in a save. The proprietary save frequency is 140.96. I just switched frequencies. Jack?
What?
Do you know what day it is tomorrow?
April 30th. Is there something special about it?
Isn't there?
I can't remember. I'm sorry.
Oh well. I'll keep trying till I hear the answer. I'm gonna let you go now, Jack. Take care.
What a weirdo.
Okay.
Raiden, the enemy sentry is regaining consciousness.
Be careful, Jack.
This is MGS1 all over again.
The elevator arrives. You must stay out of sight.
Me when my codec call is interrupted by gameplay?
I'm under enemy fire. Secure the perimeter.
Where we're going, I don't need weapons. That's right. Only a fool trusts his life to a weapon. Hand to hand, the basis of all combat.
terrorists call themselves Sons of Liberty.
Sons of Liberty?
The name of their leader is Solid Snake.
The hero of Shadow Moses? So that's why you changed my code name.
Right, but he can't be the Solid Snake. He died 2 years ago on that tanker after he blew it sky high.
Could he have survived?
Not a chance.
Colonel, I'm on the roof. There are no sentries, but it would only take one to spot me in this light.
You never had daylight VR training after all. Stay extra sharp until you can find a node to log in from.
What about the commandos?
SEAL Team 10 has landed on struts B and C.
And the president?
Seems he was spotted on strut B.
Strut B?
The big shell is comprised of shells 1 and 2. Each unit consists of a central core and 6 struts surrounding it.
So the whole thing is shaped like 2 hexagons connected end on end.
Exactly. And you're on the roof of strut A, shell 1 at the moment. First, get to a node. Log into the network.
Got it.
I wonder if... Can I see the birds from here? How's it going, birds? Boy, I wish I was a bird. So I could fly. and... and I wouldn't be tethered down to anything. Then I can just leave. And... and do bird things like fly and other related bird activities, such as waking up early so I can get the worm and flying. Boy, if this was Snake, ooh, could never live that down.
Raiden, SEAL Team 10 is in.
Do we really have no line of communication with the SEALs?
They don't know a thing about us. You know we work in the dark, and this mission is no exception. Only a few people know about your presence here. There's no need for concern. This operation is under Pentagon's direct command, and the NSDD came from the Vice President and the Secretary of Defense. Your mission may be top secret, but it's gone through the usual channels.
I wonder about that. Is this, like... Is this satirizing MGS1? Because they know in that game you would be interrupted every 5 seconds? Or what?
I'll go check the roof. I'll leave the first floor to you, okay?
Understood.
Colonel, I've located the node, but it's under heavy surveillance. I can't get in any closer.
Distract them. Try making some noise to draw their attention away.
How?
Flatten yourself against a wall and hit the punch button.
Got it.
Or is it because Raiden is like a noob when it comes to stealth? That they just have him like contact his support every 5 seconds. You know what I mean? It's just so weird. It's so... For a game that is so awesome... Oh god, it really gets annoying that you can't play it for more than a couple minutes. Don't even get me started with MGS4. At least in that game it knows, you know, This is the gameplay section. For the most part.
Ride and watch out. There are sentries posted on the connecting bridge. They will spot you if you continue on course.
Yeah, any recommendations?
Use the hanging mode.
Definitely
Hanging?
not.
Face any waist-high railing and push the action button to clear the railing and hang over the side. Once there, you can move sideways while keeping out of enemy sight.
All right, I'm giving it a try.
Don't forget the grip gauge. It will keep decreasing during a hanging maneuver, and once it runs out, you will fall.
Why don't you do it? Copy that.
Wait a second. I just intercepted new intelligence on the operation being executed by SEAL Team 10.
Intercepted?
As I said before, they need to be kept in the dark about our presence.
So we just listen in.
I'm patching it through.
Whatever.
This is Alpha Zero. We have the president. Is he safe? He is safe. What about the package? Tell the guys upstairs that we've secured the package. Easy money. Good work. Your retrieval is on the way. Come on home. Roger that. Holy! Alpha Zero, report. Damn it, cover the president! Come in, Alpha Zero. This is Alpha Zero. We're under attack. This is crazy. Is that... Alpha Zero, respond. All Alpha, respond.
Raiden, the president's life is in danger. Head to Strut B now.
Okay. Aren't you going to move, dude? Just for that? Your membership to life has expired. That's something that Raiden would say. Snake gets the cool lines, but Raiden's like, he's like the normie tiered catchphrases.
Respond!
you?
Five today. Or rather, 6.
Get down!
Where is he?
Strange smell. You smell like... Are you?
It has to be.
Shoot him! What are you waiting for?
Vamp,
Yeah, Queen?
are you all done cleaning up?
Yes, but wait till I tell you what I found.
Something interesting?
I'll tell you in person. Where are you?
In the central unit with the president.
Be right there.
Hold on. I'm not an enemy. Calm down. My name is Pliskin. Iroquois Pliskin. Lieutenant Junior Grade.
Like Escape from New York?
Are you a Navy SEAL? How did you get in?
Fast rope descent from a Navy chopper.
Have I seen you before?
That suit. Are you Foxhound?
That's right.
Foxhound was disbanded. Huh? Where were you before Foxhound? Delta Force?
I was part of the Army's Force 21 trials.
Force 21? That's about tactical IT deployment, right? Any field experience?
No, not really.
So this is your first.
I've had extensive training, the kind that's indistinguishable from the real thing.
Like what?
Sneaking mission 60, weapons 80, advanced...
VR, huh?
But realistic in every way.
A virtual grunt of the digital age, that's just great.
That's far more effective than live exercises.
You don't get injured in VR, do you? Every year, a few soldiers die in field exercises.
There's pain sensation in VR and even a sense of reality and urgency. The only difference is it isn't actually happening.
That's the way they want you to think, to remove you from the fear that goes with battle situations. War is a video game. What better way to raise the ultimate soldier?
So you're saying that VR training is some kind of mind control?
Right. What's
That
going
explains
on?
the meta.
The Alpha team from Navy SEAL 10 is dead. No, a single survivor.
The kid's wired with nanomachines.
What about the president?
Looks like they took him somewhere else.
I see. You said there was a survivor from SEAL Team 10.
Yeah. Lieutenant J.G. Pliskin.
Has he seen your face?
What?
This is a top secret mission. No one can know that we're involved.
It's a little too late for that. What's up?
Take a look.
What the hell?
A Navy captain.
You all right?
Give me a few minutes. Must have lost a few more pints than I thought.
What was that man just now?
That blood-sucking freak? That was Vamp. He's Romanian, a wizard with knives, as you saw.
The way he moved didn't seem human.
You won't see that in VR, I guarantee.
What is he?
One of the members of Dead Cell.
Dead Cell? Him?
A special forces unit created by ex-President George Sears. The name was originally intended to reflect its anti-terrorist functions. The unit would launch unannounced assaults on government complexes for the ultimate terrorism simulation. They were needed to show VR troopers like you how to deal with the real thing. But around the time their original leader died in prison, the unit began to unravel. They were always close to the edge, but they became more and more extreme, began to go after US allies, even civilians. We estimate that no fewer than 100 people died as a result of accidents the Dead Cell arranged on their own. They were out of control, and it all came to a head 6 months ago.
What happened?
The unit was devastated. There are only 3 left now, and you just saw one of them.
Why would they go after the big shell?
How should I know? I told you they were on the lunatic fringe.
What about their leader? He says he's Solid Snake.
Snake died 2 years ago.
You mean the incident that made this big shell necessary in the first place?
Right, and he was the one that sank that tanker.
But he's a legend.
Legends are usually bad news. There's not a lot of difference between heroes and madmen.
You're saying Snake is still alive and pulled another one?
No, he's not involved in this one. His body was positively ID'd 2 years ago.
Snake is dead.
And buried.
What about the other soldiers? I saw Russian equipment too.
Former Soviet military. They're probably mercenaries. The big shell is too much ground for just Dead Cell members to hold down. You weren't briefed on any of this? And you came in alone to boot? Why? What are you really doing here? Can't tell me, huh? Fine with me.
I don't smoke.
Keep it anyway. May come in handy. Take this too.
Come in, Alpha Zero. This is Bravo Zero, currently at the bridge between struts B and C. The President is... Damn, I can't hit this thing. It's like some bad dream. Alpha, anyone, come in, all Alpha. This is Bravo Zero.
Aren't you going to answer him?
The BC connecting bridge.
We need to get there. Can you handle it?
I need a few more minutes. Remember my frequency. It's 141.80.
141.80. Got it.
I've been briefed on this plant's layout. If you need information on the place or about Dead Cell, contact me. You're using nano communication, right?
Yeah, but I can patch into your frequency.
Hey, what's your name?
Raiden.
Raiden? Strange code name.
Makes up for the boring one my parents gave me.
Maybe I'll find out someday.
when you introduce me, can you call me Raiden? Oh well. If this was truly the beginning of those just obscenely lengthy cutscenes. Cool. He's asleep. 141.80. Got it.
He's asleep?
Okay. That'll come in handy for later.
Jack, it's me.
Everything okay, Rose?
Don't you need to save the mission data?
Oh yeah, thanks for the reminder.
I mean,
Jack, do you remember what
I
day
guess.
tomorrow is?
That again. I'm sorry, but I still don't have a clue.
That's okay.
What is it, Rose? Talk to me.
I'd rather you figure it out. It's important.
How important?
Important enough? And we'll talk about it tomorrow.
Why not now?
Tomorrow seems more appropriate. I need all the help I can get so that I won't chicken out anyway.
Is that the reason you decided to be part of this mission? Okay, I'm gonna finish this thing by tomorrow no matter what.
You know I'll do everything I can to help you.
Rose, there's something I need you to do as an analyst.
What is it?
It has to do with Solid Snake. The leader of this takeover incident is claiming that he's Snake himself.
The legendary mercenary?
I need as much data on him as possible. Everything they have on him after the Shadow Moses incident.
He's dead now, isn't he?
Yes. Should be a burial record somewhere, too. You should be able to request top-level security clearance from the Colonel. That should get us into the most classified material.
I'm on it. I'll contact you as soon as I find out something.
Thanks, Rose. Thanks for always being on my back. Huh. I feel like that is unironically something that Raiden would say.
What the hell is that?
Come, put me out of my misery.
This is impossible. Nothing will hit her.
Is she the one they call Fortune?
Queen.
Don't let them take the president!
Ready grenades!
A dud!
Today is another bad day. Is there anyone here that can give me happiness?
Aren't those the boots that Quiet wears?
I'm so sorry, my beauties. I'll see you again someday.
Colonel, SEAL Team 10's Bravo team was wiped out.
I see.
What happened to the cargo choppers?
Both of them are at the bottom of the harbor. Looks like your new hosts have a Harrier too.
A Harrier? What is this?
Calm down. It just means they anticipated the attack.
What?
Besides, since the SEALs drew their fire, your infiltration went off without a hitch. On top of that, we know their defensive capabilities.
Are you saying this was all a feint?
Raiden, get a hold of yourself. The entire mission is in your hands now. Do you understand?
But...
There's no time for questions. They could decide to retaliate for that failed assault.
You mean the hostages?
They could be in danger, yes. But we need to consider the possibility that they'll blow the whole shell. If that toxic spell does take place, it'll devastate not only the harbor, but poison the coastline for generations. Raiden, we've had to adjust the mission objectives. The priority is now on removing those C4s that the terrorists wired over the big shell. The President can wait, but this can't.
Colonel, you know I'm no bomb disposal expert.
That's not a problem. The Bravo team brought an explosives pro in with...
Why don't you do it?
He was supposed to stand by on Strut C according to their mission plan. You should find him there.
Is this according to Simulation 2?
What are you talking about? Get to Strut C and find him.
Understood. But I need to ask you something before I go.
Make it quick.
Who are they? Dead Cell, I mean. They couldn't hit her no matter how hard they tried. And that vampire, too, it's like being in a nightmare you can't wake up from.
Jack, snap out of it.
And you, Rose, I can't believe you're on this mission. I keep thinking I'll wake up.
Raiden, this is real. And that's why you won't wake up.
But nothing seems real.
I've made up my mind to stay with you. Whether this is real or a bad dream, I'll keep watching you till it's over.
Thank you, Rose. And I won't let you be just a dream.
Are you two done? Right. You're needed on Strut C.
Ow. Having these earphones in on top of these headphones. Or should I say these headphones on top of my earphones. Really do hurt my ears. Ow. Especially my left ear, for some reason. Huh. Shell 1. Huh. Hey, I've seen this somewhere before.
Freeze!
Don't shoot.
You a cop?
I'm not NYPD. I came in with the Bravo team. Who are you with? And what happened to SEAL Team 10?
They're all dead.
All of them? That's bad.
Did I tell you you could move?
It's all right. He's not one of the bad guys. Don't go pointing that thing everywhere, kid. What's your name?
My name is Peter. Peter Stillman.
Lecturer at Navscolio at Indian Head. Also a consultant for the NYPD bomb squad.
A poor old man who got dragged along for this picnic.
I thought you'd retired.
I did. Can't keep up with everybody, as you can see. A famous church got wiped off the map thanks to me, with too many lives inside. All I lost was this leg.
So you're the bomb disposal guy.
Kid, this is the bomb disposal guy. Open any explosives disposal textbook and you'll see his name.
Just ancient history now.
Why did they bring you out of retirement then?
Because the terrorist group here includes one of my students, the Emperor of Explosives, Fat Man. He built an atomic bomb when he was only 10. I created him in a sense.
And that's why you're here.
I'm pretty rusty. I was supposed to supervise the bomb disposal. Looks like it was taken care of before I had my turn.
I wouldn't say that. There are at least 2 people here who can claim to be experts at bomb disposal.
Are you two with SEAL Team 10? I didn't see you at the mission briefing.
Oh, we're with another squad. My name is Pliskin, Lieutenant Junior Grade. Honored to meet you, sir.
Mr. Pliskin, do you have any experience with explosives disposal?
Don't worry about me. And he looks young, but he can do it. But we need more manpower.
I'm,
What's your name?
Raiden.
That's an odd name.
Any other survivors?
There was also an engineer with me.
An engineer?
A skinny guy. He went in with us.
Where is he?
I haven't seen him since that skirmish.
Was he killed?
I don't think so. I didn't find his body.
I see.
They told me he was a security systems architect for the big shell.
Why would they take a civilian along?
Everything in this structure is computer controlled. He was supposed to get us past all the security measures.
I never heard anything about that.
He had official orders with him.
We'll leave that for later. Right now, we need to figure out how to deal with all the bombs.
But there's no one left from the SEAL's EOD squad.
Yup, so we have to do it ourselves.
But I've never defused a bomb before. Hold on a sec.
Off to confer with the CO again?
Glad to hear Stillman is safe. Assist him in any way possible to clear the C4 from the structure.
Colonel, you know I've never been trained in bomb disposal.
It's all right. The man you're working with is the best in the field. All you have to do is follow his directions. You will, of course, keep your identity and mission objectives to yourself.
Is it true that an engineer came in with Stillman?
I wasn't informed of that. It's probably something the SEALs decided on their own. There are more important issues at hand, Raiden. The enemy may retaliate for the failed assault. Get those C4s neutralized now.
Colonel, I'm not qualified for bomb disposal.
Jack, it's me.
Rose?
You can do this. Trust me.
You haven't had bomb disposal training per se in VR, but you're more than capable of handling C4.
This is a little different from using C4.
You're up for this. You know that.
How about it, kid? Are the results in yet?
You know, they really do talk like AIs.
This so much. You won't actually be dismantling the bomb. That's not for amateurs.
Just an observation.
What we'll try here instead is a temporary freezing measure. Here, look at this. This is a C4 bomb. It's live. You can see it pulsing. Now you spray this on the sucker and there we go. Simple, huh? The spray freezes the detonator instantly.
How long does the effect last?
There's no way the thing can detonate in this condition. Even if you leave it alone, it'll stay out of commission for at least 24 hours.
That's enough time.
If we had the manpower, I'd recommend complete disposal. But this will have to do. The spray can be used from several yards away. Now check the floor, ceiling, walls, under a table, everywhere. Try to imagine the locations the bomber would choose.
That won't be easy. We don't know a thing about Fat Man.
Is there anything that'll help us locate the bombs?
Here, take this with you. It's what they call an ion mobility spectrometer. It can recognize ionized gas emitted by C4s.
The what?
In other words, that little gadget sniffs out C4's scent.
That's right. I've established a link up with your radar network, so any scent detected will be represented visually. Have the sensor activated and keep your eye on the radar.
What if he's using some other odorless substance?
I know Fat Man well. I know how into his own aesthetics he is.
Signatures?
Yes. On every bomb he builds, he always leaves a trace of the cologne he uses. The sensor also picks up that particular scent spectrum.
Is that something he learned from you?
No, it was his own quirk. He wouldn't work by any rules except his own, and he followed them like a religion. And common sense wasn't one of his strong points. I thought I taught him everything I knew. I have no children of my own, and I thought I found a son in him. He had the right stuff, you know. There's something very unusual about an ability like that. Even at Indian Head, he got special treatment. I remember some people called him one of the fat cats. Maybe that's what started all this. I didn't teach him the most important thing I had to tell him. There are some things you have to pass on. The trick is to know which one. Right. All I taught him was skills. And now I have to stop him from using it to destroy us all.
Let's see how well that sensor works.
All right. I'm activating them. Watch. You see the green stuff on the radar? That's a visual representation of the C4 scent detected by the sensor.
It's a pretty big area, isn't it?
Don't complain. It's better than nothing.
Just activate the sensors and search the area, okay?
All right.
Don't forget that you need the radar to use the system. Log into the node at every strut and turn the radar on.
We have to keep out of the enemy's sight, too.
Because the radar gets knocked offline when we're spotted?
Exactly. Fat Man would have allotted some C4s here in Strut C as well.
Here?
I know the structure of this facility, and if he wants to take out the plant, where he would target.
You know this for sure?
Of course. I taught him the techniques he uses. His ideas are based on my theories. Demolition is a kind of ideology. It makes no exceptions for time or place. Big Shell consists of 2 hexagons joined end on end, north to south. There should be packets of C4s on each of the vertices, or the struts in this case. You need at least that to take a building of this integrity out.
6 on Shell 1, another 6 on Shell 2. A total of 12 bombs at least.
Considering the shell's architecture and composition from an engineering standpoint, that's my conclusion, and it's exactly what he would have decided as well.
Kid, this place is all yours. I'll take care of Shell 2.
Take this.
What's this?
Security card, issued to Shell personnel. The Big Shell security layout includes varying levels of clearance. The clearance level is identified by the number printed on these doors. Raiden, your card key can open doors with security clearance level 1. Pliskin, your card can get you into level 3 areas. You'll need it to get next door to Shell 2.
How did you get this?
That engineer I told you about gave it to me. He was supposed to program a set of all access cards once we were on site. Unfortunately, this card won't get you into every area of this structure.
We'll have to deal with the remaining security lockouts as they come up. Let's get going. You stay here.
No, I'm going.
The 2 of us can handle it, don't worry.
But...
You'll just slow us down with that leg of yours. There's a war going on here. I don't have time to babysit anymore.
Why don't you just let us handle the grunt work? You can tell us what to do over the radio, like in the original mission plan.
All right. I'll give you instructions from here. I may also need to prepare a backup plan just in case.
In case of what?
Good luck to both of you. This is a dangerous one.
Who dares, wins.
If anything comes up, let me know. My frequency is 140.25.
Good luck, kid. I'll see you later. Semper Fi.
That man's no SEAL. I don't even think he's a Navy man.
What?
Semper Fi. Marine Corps talk. Normally, team leaders stay in the CP and give orders with those headphones. And as far as I know, SEALs keep their officers away from the field. And Who Dares Wins is a motto of the British Special Air Service.
Is he one of the terrorists, then?
No, somehow I don't think so. If there's someone to suspect, I'd put my money on you. Just take care of those bombs for now.
What about you? They could be back in this area soon.
I'll hide out in this pantry for a while. If I lock the door, it should be all right. Plenty of food in here too, so you don't need to worry about me. I'll give you instructions by Kodak from here. Good luck, kid. Bomb disposal is a face-off with your own mortality. Don't let the fear get to you. When you give in to the fear, the darkness comes.
The darkness is coming. The fog is coming. Oh, that took forever. Seems like each one of these cutscenes is just even longer than the last. But hey, I'm not complaining. Unless I actually am complaining, in which case, I don't know then. Huh. Is that... Hey, I look pretty cool.
Raiden here. I took care of the C4 in Strut C. The ceiling of the women's bathroom was set to blow.
That's not like him.
Anything wrong?
Maybe. Pliskin's reported other locations too, and none of them are effective demolition points.
What do you mean?
It means that they wouldn't be the best places to choose if you wanted to destroy this place.
Are you saying they don't plan on blowing the shell up?
It certainly seems that way. So far we haven't seen anything but a waste of good explosives. Unless, of course, we're missing something.
A trap?
He couldn't have overlooked the fact that I would be called into this. There's something going on.
So by that, you could tell that Pliskin has already taken out, like, a whole bunch of these bombs. And here we are, just barely taking out one. He's already in Shell 2. CD Z. Oh yeah, I don't have a... That's fine. Don't look. Who dares wins, am I right? I totally almost just ran into that. I barely saw it last second. But I definitely can't shoot these guys. I mean, I could, but that wouldn't be the best course of action. I really do need to get to the storage place, is it? The warehouse? Get myself that suppressor. But we're almost there anyways. We need to be going to Strut E. Yeah. Cool. No one? Oh! There's no one here. D's Eagles? Oh boy, I really hope there's no one here. What? I thought I shot this guy. Listen, dude, I have more field experience than you can ever possibly imagine. Oh! No! Do you hear the music going off in the background? Yeah, I get it. Oh, there we go. Cool. Now, I'm pretty sure I need a box, right? I completely forget about this one. Oh!
There's somebody there.
God damn it, I missed my window. Oh no, it's actually... No. I was gonna say it's in between the pipes, but no, this is the wrong place for that. And I don't have to go into the whole box thing. It's somewhere in here.
Who's that? Enemy sighted. Requesting backup unit.
No. I don't know, maybe it is in the box room. Box room. Zorks. Yeah, you know what? I have no idea. Don't mind me. I'm just a box. I'm just a box. I can't believe that worked. I cannot believe The box just moved onto the conveyor belt. And nobody batted an eye. I can't believe that. That is so funny. Oh, I'm already carrying the... Oh, I am. Yeah, well, it's not here. And from what I remember, it's not on... Oh, you know what? Is it on the jet? I'm completely going brainless mode right now. It's totally on the Harrier, like underneath the Harrier, isn't it? And I'm over here worried about these boxes. Don't mind me. I'm just a box. Cool, right back where I started.
I've taken care of that annoying fly. What's the situation over there?
Puzzling. I saw a man dressed like a ninja just now.
Ninja?
It's the only way to describe it. A kind of cyborg ninja, complete with a sword.
What?
Are you hiding something from me?
Olga, are you sure it wasn't an Arsenal Tengu?
Don't be a fool. Think I wouldn't know the difference? I've never seen field gear like that ever.
All right, we'll intensify patrols. Anything else?
Actually, one more thing. You'll find it hard to believe, though. I saw a man hiding under a cardboard box.
Where?
On the connecting bridge to Shell 2. So you believe me this time?
I've seen someone use that box trick before. We'll lay a trap on the Shell 2 connecting bridge.
Over and out, then.
Freeze! You must be one of Dead Cell.
Of course not. What a thing to say.
Drop your gun!
Not a chance.
That is just so out there.
I saw a female soldier. Russian.
Must be Olga Gerlukovich.
How do you know?
Unlike you, I've been briefed.
She's not a Dead Cell?
No, she commands a Russian private army.
They must be the ones patrolling the big shell.
That's right. She's led the group ever since her old man, Colonel Gerlukovich, died. Watch yourself with her. She's a tough one.
You must be part of Dead Cell. I like how Raiden just meets somebody and he's like, you must be part of Dead Cell, right? I bet you... I bet you if Snake didn't intervene back in that pantry, Raiden would have been like, you're part of Dead Cell, right? And then shot the guy. Raiden, you're just a bit uptight, buddy. Yeah, there it is. Honestly, it would have been for the better if this blew up.
Right here. The C4 reported on the roof of Strut E has been taken care of. Explosives were planted on the Harrier 2 stationed on the roof.
This is all wrong. This is something only an amateur would do.
What do you mean?
All the bombs that have been found so far don't appear to be in the right kind of locations. And the quantity of explosives isn't sufficient either.
Even Fat Man can make mistakes, right?
No, there's something else going on here. Get a move on with the disposal, right? I've got a bad feeling about this.
Do you think it's a trap?
I don't know, but I'm gonna tell Pliskin to watch his back too. Just hurry.
Speaking of, I've got a bad feeling about this. The only time I ever remember that ever being used is in Star Wars movies. And the one example I can think of at the top of my head is in Rogue One with Diego Luna, where he's like, I've got a bad feeling about this, when they're like in the elevator or something. Or maybe it's not even Diego Luna, it's whatever her name is. But that's got me thinking, like, I've got to rewatch Rogue One. I think that is an actually good recent Star Wars movie. And speaking of movies, I've been expanding my catalog since the last time we spoke. Like I said that one time I finished Apocalypse Now. I also watched The Tomorrow War. Rec. It's like record. It's a good movie.
Be careful, there are Claymore mines around there.
Who is this?
Stealth-equipped Claymore mines, invisible to the naked eye. Just the mine detector.
Identify yourself.
Just call me Deep Throat.
Deep Throat? You mean from Shadow Moses?
Mr. X, then.
Mr. X now, is it? Why would it matter if I called you Deep Throat?
Never mind about that.
Why did you contact me?
Let's just say I'm one of your fans.
This is kind of awkward.
Someone calling himself Mr. X just contacted me. Do you know anything about it?
No. And whoever it wasn't a burst transmission. The transmission was sent from within the big shell.
He called himself Deep Throat at first. Do you think...
I caught that part too. But the possibility of it being true is none. Gray Fox was the one who used that alias in Shadow Moses, and he's dead.
Is it an enemy trap?
Could be. Exercise extreme caution.
Kind of cringe. But no, I've been watching some movies. Rec, like record, REC. I was scrolling through Prime Video, and I saw Rec, right? And I'm like, oh, that looks kind of interesting. What is that? And I was reading the description, and it's like, that sounds exactly like the movie Quarantine, which is a movie I saw in 2009. We can get into that later, but I was like, this movie sounds almost exactly like that. I'm kind of curious, so I'm gonna watch it, see if it's related or anything, and I'll report back, right? And I was watching it, right? And I was like, wait a second. This is literally Quarantine. This is literally Quarantine. What is going on here? Speaking of going on, I should probably move my webcam a little lower. It's kind of interfering. I should have moved it lower from the get-go. There we go. But I was like, this is exactly like Quarantine. So I googled it, right? Expecting something like, oh yeah, this is like the first movie, but they ripped it off in like some Spanish version. Rec is a Spanish movie, by the way, filmed in Spain, which is why it caught me off guard. Like, this is Quarantine, but it's in Spanish. What is going on here? And Google told me, yeah, they are literally the same movie. Except that Rec came out first and is a Spanish horror movie, and then it got remade as an American horror movie, shot for shot, but in English. And I was like, what? It was so mind-blowing. Like, how? How has this evaded me for almost 20 years? It's so baffling that I never heard of it before. So I watched it, and yeah, it's pretty good. Some plot details are different, but more or less it's the same movie. And I watched Rec 2, which is a sequel that takes place 15 minutes after the first movie. And surprisingly, it's a pretty good sequel. Doesn't really ruin the first movie. Actually, I think it actually does ruin the first movie. That's a lot of... Yeah, that's an issue with me, though. I find that a lot of sequel movies ruin the mystique of the first movie because they explain way too much. I guess you could say it's like MGS4 in this context. Like, some things really don't need to be explained. And some other things that don't make sense, yeah, you know, could use an explanation. But I guess overall, the second movie kind of dilutes the whole franchise as a whole. And what I mean by that is, I guess if you don't want to be spoiled, I'll probably give like a visual gesture or something. So just mute. If you really want to watch these almost 20-year-old movies. So the movie takes place in this like apartment complex. And what happens is that there's this like virus thing that gets released. And the point of the movie is that there's this TV reporter who goes in to follow these firefighters on one of their like routine nights. And like this whole thing happens. And they get caught up in the middle of this quarantine, so to speak, of this apartment. Because they don't want the virus to spread. And the whole movie is filmed from a POV standpoint, from a found footage film. And you know, it's a pretty good movie. But at the end of the movie, it's revealed that oh yeah, you know, this thing, this is why this virus is spreading and stuff, and this is what it's related to, and you know, they give the whole explanation. And the TV reporter crew, they're like the only ones that survive, and they're trying to find a way out of this apartment complex. And it ends with both of them getting killed with the camera facing them. You've probably seen this before. It's this woman in like night vision in front of this camera on the floor, and then she gets dragged away while screaming. An awesome ending to a movie, right? And the second movie kind of ruins that whole mystique of the first one, because it's like, I'm this guy, I'm a doctor, and we're gonna find out what's going on here. along with this whole like SWAT team that goes in. And they explain way too much. It's like, okay, this virus is only this because of that, and all these other people are here for no reason, and I'm gonna use my special knowledge on this to do this. You know what I mean? So it's like, I guess what made the first movie so impactful was the fact that you didn't know what was going on, why this was happening, and as a result of the second movie explaining why everything is happening, the first movie kind of loses its charm like that. Because it's like, oh, well, the reason why this is happening is because it's been explained already.
Who's there?
No, Raiden! Raiden! Drop down!
Who's that?
Are you kidding me, Raiden? And, yeah, it kind of ruins the whole movie. At least I think so. I know there's a third and a fourth movie. The third movie is like a prequel. MGS3. But, the fourth one, like, ends it. MGS4. Funny, huh? I didn't put those parallels together. But I'm not really planning on seeing the third or fourth movie. I don't know, I think the whole concept now is kind of just dumb. The first movie's pretty good on its own. Do not watch the second one. The second one, being part of the first one, just makes it kind of a dumb story. Like, it's not worth watching at that point. And I also get that sort of feeling of that dilution with the whole, this is gonna come out of left field, but I feel like since we're on the topic of stuff being diluted, the more you explain it, I feel like the whole Backrooms stuff that came out around 2018 is so cool. Okay? Like, the whole concept of that image, of the backgrounds and the text explaining it, I think that is just so perfect in, like, a nice present in a bow. So amazing as a concept that you can no-clip out of reality. And I think the fact I was looking at it, right? I was looking at some research for it. Like, this is so cool. Where is this image? Where was this image taken from? And, like, who posted it? And the whole story behind the caption. I think it's all really cool. And as I'm reading it, it's like, oh yeah, there's a second layer of the Backrooms. And there's these creatures called whatever, and this is what they look like. And there's a third layer of the Backrooms. And I'm like, no. No, there isn't.
Jack, do you remember the day we met?
I'm kind of busy right
Yeah,
now,
not right
Rose.
now, Rose.
You're right.
We're in the middle of this
I do
conversation.
remember. It was right after I transferred to New York. There were all these tourists around you in front of the Federal Hall.
A group of middle-aged Japanese ladies came up and asked me which building it was that King Kong was climbing in the movie. I said it was probably the Chrysler Building, and then you showed up and started mouthing off. You were like, no, it's the Empire State.
I said the Chrysler Building was in Godzilla.
We started arguing, and I forgot all about the tourists. I was insisting that I was right, and you were doing the same. The next thing we knew, the Japanese women had gone away, and we ended up going to the Skyscraper Museum to see who had the better recall.
We argued all the way to Battery Park.
And for nothing.
Since the museum was closed, we went our separate ways from the museum. And then I found you again by coincidence out in the base corridor.
An amazing coincidence that we were actually working at the same place.
That night we went up to the top of the Empire State.
It was so beautiful. I could look down on the Chrysler building from 120 stories above ground.
I felt overwhelmed. I didn't care anymore who was right.
And that was our first date.
We watched King Kong in your apartment a bunch of times that night. Didn't sleep till morning. If it weren't for that coincidence, we wouldn't be together.
I know. I'm sorry, Jack. I'm taking up your time again.
What?
Take care.
Whatever.
Man, I need to find a girl who will just argue with me about the back rooms like Raiden and Rose. No, but I was like, this is so dumb. What do you mean there's like a whole 100 layers below the back rooms, and the back rooms is like the first layer? No, there isn't. There's no lore to the back rooms. The back rooms is just that one image with the caption. I don't need a whole background explanation on what else there is. And I guess because of that, like I started disliking all this backroom stuff. Because I'm like, the whole concept of it is so cool, but people make it so cringe. You know what I mean? I don't know, that's I guess that's a me thing. Cause I don't want more. I want it to be good. Yeah, I guess to end on my backrooms rant. I feel like the original Image concept is awesome, but the fact that people add on to it as if they're amazing storytellers just ruins the whole thing. Which isn't to dig at anybody, by the way. You can do whatever you want, but I feel like adding stuff to the background to explain just ruins the mystique around it. Those are my 2 cents. That's my bad take
This is right.
for today.
The C4 found in Strut A has been frozen and disposed of. Explosives were planted in the pump room on the first floor.
Good work. Only one more left to go.
This is Pliskin. Do you read me, Pete?
I'm here. What's up?
Raiden, you need to hear this too.
I'm listening.
I checked out the bottom of Strut H for you, Pete.
Wait, what's this about?
I asked Pliskin to look around. Knowing Fat Man, I can't shake the feeling that all the bombs so far were just wrong.
So did you find anything?
Yeah, a hell of a lot of C4s packed into the bottom of the strut. Pete called it right.
I knew he had the real thing up his sleeve.
So all the other ones were dummies?
No, they're a threat, all right. But the detonation wouldn't be enough to destroy the entire shell. But the C4s Pliskin found would inflict serious structural damage.
That's not the bad news either. These are sensor-proof.
What?
New model, I guess. The ionization sensor can't detect them. The whole thing is sealed tight to prevent vapor leak, and there's no trace of that cologne signature. Pete, looks like he fooled you.
Yes.
But you managed to find the thing anyway.
It was sheer luck.
Bombs that are invisible to the sensor?
Any ideas, Pete?
Are there more out there?
I'll go see for myself.
You can't move fast enough.
He's right. I can try the spray from a distance.
Hold on. There's something not right about this one. I can feel it.
Well, Pete, should I come back and get you?
No, there's no need. Raiden, you have one left to go, correct?
Right, except for those scentless ones.
How about you, Pliskin?
I have 2 left, not counting this one.
Okay. It'll have to be me. I have the level 4 card that'll get me into Shell 2 in any case.
You'll never make it. With that bad leg of yours, they'll spot you for sure.
That won't happen. I can walk just fine. I can even run.
What do you mean?
That bomb 5 years ago. I messed up. Even with all my experience, I lost it. And the church was lost in the explosion. All those kids playing nearby, too. These past 5 years, I've lived a lie.
Lied?
Yes, lied. I didn't lose my leg in the explosion. So many dead. All because of my mistake. All I could think about was hiding from the crime, shielding myself from the public outcry. I wanted people to be sorry for me, for my weakness. I faked being a victim myself because I couldn't bear to face the families of the real victims. This is no prosthetic. I can keep my footing on catwalks and hike over deserts. I lived my life so well I haven't even answered to myself for my sins. It was supposed to be a shield, and it's become a shroud instead. I've killed my soul by playing the victim. Instead of protecting me, it's made my life even more hellish.
What good can that do the victims?
I know. I'm a coward.
Hey, Pete.
God forgive me. I can walk with my own 2 feet, and I need them to stop Fat Man. His crimes are also mine. One of omission and arrogance. No one should teach the skills I taught him without a clear conscience. This is the only way I can diffuse my own sins.
I get you, Pete. That one's all yours. You got it, Raiden?
I understand.
Pete, I've taken care of guards in struts G and H of Shell 2. I wouldn't recommend you go into any of the other struts.
I owe you one.
I'll get back to freezing the baby bombs then.
You do that too, Raiden.
I'm on it.
I'll have the radio with me if you need to get in touch. Just don't ask for Peg Leg Peter. He's gone for good.
All right then. What else can I talk about? I also watched The Expendables and Mad God. What should I talk about first? I guess I watched The Expendables first, so we can talk about that. I've always known about The Expendables, and I've always thought it was kind of dumb. So I was working out, right? And I needed something to watch. That reminds me, I can talk about working out. But that's a different topic. I was watching The Expendables, right? I like to watch stuff while I work out, and on Hulu, I was recommended The Expendables, and I'm like, I've always thought of this as a dumb movie, but I've been watching a lot of action movies recently, so how bad can it really be? And to be honest, I went in with a negative mindset, like, this is gonna be such a bad movie. Why am I even watching this movie? It's like I'm wasting my time. There's so much better stuff to watch. And the intro, I mean, it's not really the strongest intro of a movie I've seen. That's the one con I'll give it. But it's actually a pretty good movie. I'm kind of surprised. It's an action movie. But I think the actors, which I don't remember their names, Jason Statham and Sylvester Stallone, and was it Jet Li? I mean, they're pretty good actors. And the action scenes are kind of cheesy, but you know, they work. The story is also kind of wonky. Walkie slush. Oh no, I forgot. They taught me that in Foxhound. Nothing. Nothing happened. Yeah, but to be honest, I don't really remember the story, which goes to show you what kind of movie it is. But you know, it's all right. It's a big macho man action flick.
I have the last C4 frozen. There's nothing showing up on the sensor now.
Good work, Raiden.
You're way ahead of me, kid. I still have one to go.
How's your bomb, Peter?
It's a bomb, all right. Sealed C4, and in huge quantities.
You think there's another one in Shell 1?
For sure. Somewhere at the bottom of Strut A.
Why are you so certain?
If this bottom section of the strut is demolished, Shell 2 will be well on its way to destruction.
You mean that Shell 2 will actually sink?
Not immediately. There'll still be 5 struts left. But if Shell 1 loses a strut at the same time, it'll be a very different story. The big shell's structural integrity depends on a very exact balance. If both shells lose a strut each, the whole structure will tear itself apart under its own weight.
What do we do?
I have a sensor that can locate even those scentless C4s. It makes combined use of a neutron scintillator and a hydrogen bomb detector.
You brought that stuff with you?
Of course. I made the calibrations while I was in the pantry.
Does it work?
I just tested it, and it definitely responds. But the best I can do is a sound beacon, not the radar.
Sound?
The shorter the interval between beacons, the closer the target.
I get you.
There's another one in that pantry I was in. You can go back and get it.
It's all yours, Raiden.
I'm going to study it some more and see if the freezing process will work. Don't touch the other one until I say so.
Okay. I'll stand by until you radio in.
Okay, I think we have to go back, right? That's another topic I want to talk about. I bet you can hear what I'm gonna say. Well, to be honest, before I started the stream, I felt like so terrible. I felt like incredibly bad. Like to the point where I was like, should I even stream? Maybe I should just skip this one. And I've been feeling this way for a while. And every time I stream, I do always feel better. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just the fact that I play some games I like. Or maybe, I don't know, I feel like I'm doing something. We'll continue this.
Peter, I have sensor B.
Good. Head to the bottom of strut A.
How's your invisible bomb?
I'm looking at it, but I'm keeping my distance. How's Pliskin doing?
A few more minutes. I just got to the last strut, but there are a few enemy sentries I have to take care of.
Does it look bad, Peter?
Maybe. It's an odd one. The detonator hasn't been activated.
What?
But the sensors are live, which means...
This is Pliskin. I've located the last C4.
Is that it?
I'm about to freeze it. Then...
Wait! Pliskin! Damn! That was it!
What's going on?
The detonator just woke up. It's counting down!
What happened?
The big ones were rigged to be activated when all the baby C4s went offline. Right. The one in Shell 1 should be counting down too. Hurry!
What's the remaining time?
400 seconds.
400 seconds?
Right. Move! Get to the bottom of strut A now!
That's kind of schizo, isn't it? Who determines time in seconds? How long is it gonna take for you to get here? Oh, you know, about 4,000 seconds. What? Oh yeah, you know, I'm on the highway, it's gonna take another 1,000 seconds. It's kinda weird. But I guess that to get a little depressing again, I've been feeling very terrible. Like, the fact that I don't want to do anything terrible. I guess maybe not like rot in my bed terrible, but you know, it's kind of up there. I guess a level below that. And I don't know what it's been about. But the thing is, I've been thinking about like what it would be, right? And I don't know, I keep coming back to the same conclusion, that it's not necessarily about what I don't do or what I want to do. It's about like my surroundings. Have you heard about that thing? I don't remember where I heard this, but you can like offload a lot of your what's the word I'm looking for? You can offload a lot of I guess stress onto your environment.
Listen carefully.
What is it?
I fell for it.
Fell for what?
That man has my number. A proximity trigger. Microwave.
Microwave?
With a 7-foot range. It's not a technique I taught him. Neither was that multi-bomb booby trap. Looks like he's far surpassed me as far as explosives technique goes. As for the rest...
Pete, get the hell out of there.
There's less than 30 seconds left. It's too late.
No!
Pliskin, get away from Strut H as fast as you can.
Pete!
Raiden! Keep your distance. Use the spray from as far away as possible.
Me?
You can do it. I know that.
I'm not so sure.
But I am. Do it. I know you can.
But yeah, I think it's just my environment, my surroundings that make me not want to do anything. I know it's kind of, it's cringe and it's kind of corny, but I don't know, I feel like I would be in a much better headspace to do stuff if I was alone. If I had my own space, you know what I mean? Cause like, I don't know, I feel kind of anxious about the other people here that I share the space with.
Colonel, I've neutralized the bomb.
Good work, Raiden.
It was a great loss for everyone.
Yes, it was.
Colonel, any damage report on the explosion?
Seems that the duct for diverting the contaminated seawater was destroyed, and the central section of Shell 2 is flooding. The explosions ignited the oil slick on the surface.
What about the toxins?
The chemicals stayed in containment. There's no immediate danger.
Is the big shell stable?
Shell 1 was unaffected. The price was high, but the threat of the bomb is over for now.
What's the next objective?
Rescue the President. Get back to the upper level.
Roger that.
But yeah, I've got other people I share the space with. I guess it would make me feel better knowing that nobody could just walk in and out of the room, or not having to worry about my parents' dogs barking in the background. I could just sit down and just worry about the stream or recording something. Not having to worry about the words I say being heard by other people. You know what I mean?
Right. The terrorists have retaliated for our bomb neutralization.
What?
A hostage has been killed. Shot in the head. They shot one of them on the roof, just to make sure we caught it. One of our satellites caught it clear as day.
Damn.
They announced they would kill one every hour from now on.
What are my orders? What should I do?
Stay with your mission objective. Rescue the President.
What about the other hostages?
President Johnson is your first priority.
Priority my butt. They're all in danger.
Jack, be reasonable. I know what you're feeling, but you can't save them all.
No, not by myself.
Are you expecting that Pliskin to come through?
Well,
looks like he's turned his radio off too.
I can't complete this mission by myself.
That man was not included in the simulation. He is not a factor in this mission.
What do you mean by that, Colonel?
Your mission must remain a solo effort.
What about the SEALs? No second attempt?
They haven't even gotten to planning that. All we can do is wait. In the meantime, you're our only hope.
I understand.
Raiden, go and rescue the President. You can start off by getting to the upper level of Strut A.
I can't tell you how happy I am that you were alive after all. I knew this moment would come. Show yourself and finish me. Like you finished off my father. Otherwise, you'll be the one to die.
Oh, crap.
That's not him. This could be interesting. You've seen the fires of hell, haven't you? Maybe you can give me death. My name is Fortune, lucky in war and nothing else. And without a death to call my own. Hurry, kill me, please.
Yeah, okay. I mean, to finish off my depressing rant, I just feel like having my own place to just be myself would be the best, but I feel like I'm being held back by the fact that I have other people in my life. I'm just saying. That's how I feel. I don't know. I can't change that right now. So I can only keep moving forward from this point on. But we'll see. Maybe one day I'll have my dream realized. Oh, get juked.
Placed a bomb on the heliport. He specifically asked for you.
What?
He's killed off Peter. Now he's after you.
Why me?
How shall I know?
This is really not a good time for this.
The countdown's already begun, right?
Great. How much time do I have left?
I'll show you the count. 400 seconds remaining.
Planning on taking this place out.
It looks like he has a different agenda for that dead cell.
What about backup?
None. There's no time.
Which type of explosives?
He didn't say.
Only 400 seconds.
I'll take over, Queen.
What is it?
It seems our friend Fat Man is out of control.
He'll actually try to destroy this place?
Yes, this could unravel everything we've planned.
But why would he do such a thing?
Who knows? But he's nothing more than a stereotypical mad bomber now. He's completely lost sight of our ideals. And with it, his loyalty to Commander Jackson.
All right. I'll take care of the wayward soul. It wasn't him.
Unfortunate.
I expected more of this one. Really.
But he couldn't kill you, I see.
Completely useless.
Then he's all mine.
Later. Vamp.
Now! Damn!
Vamp. Are you gone? No. No, that death was meant for me. Why am I the only one that can't die? Alone again? Cheated out of death again? How long will you force me to live? How much longer, Dad? You've punished me enough. I thought you could give me peace. But you couldn't kill me either.
There's no need for sorrow, Queen. I died once already.
Vamp.
I can't die twice.
All right, well, I'm gonna end it here, because last time I checked, if I save, like right before Fat Man, it'll just put me back here. So, what's going on, Rose?
Jack, you okay?
I could be better. TBH. Ahaha.
Hang in there.
Thanks for your words of encouragement, Rose. Oh, I was gonna say, like, oh, I never wondered if you could actually...
Right, what's wrong?
Perfect.
Right.
That is so perfect. Okay. Well, thanks for joining me today for Day 7 of Metal Gear March. Oh. We're going to continue with this game tomorrow. And, yeah. Thank you for the support. Like, subscribe, follow, if that's your sort of thing. I know I mentioned I feel kind of tired about doing all this, but I still do love it. No matter how bad I feel before the stream, somehow I always feel better after. I don't know. I just like what I do. But thanks. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you tomorrow. See what else I can talk about. And peace.